Hello and welcome to Real Watchers Movie Club. My name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
And we are your hosts. Movie Club is the show where we pick a movie every week and discuss it just like a book club. On today's show, we are covering the indie comedy, The Royal Tenenbaums. Our thoughts and more coming up on Movie Club. Released in 2001, The Royal Tenenbaums is directed by Wes Anderson and stars Gene Hackman, Angelica Houston, and Ben Stiller. The eccentric members of a dysfunctional Tenenbaum family reluctantly gather under the same roof for various reasons. The film has a 4.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd. It was nominated for 1 Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Before we dive into our thoughts, though, we do want to issue a spoiler warning for the film. We're going to talk about things that happen in the movie, and we do not want to ruin this movie for you if you've never seen it before. So I highly recommend checking it out first, and then coming back here to hear about it, because, we don't want to ruin it for you. But stay tuned to the end of the show to find out what movie we're covering next week, because, again, quite different. Alrighty, Kevin, Royal Tenenbaums was my pick this week, and honestly, I threw this on our list pretty quickly after watching it for the first time. Because I think that as of recently, Wes Anderson has gotten a little stale. I think it's a lot of copy-paste, repeated things, and it's just quirky for the sake of being quirky. So I kind of went back through and watched some of his older films. I caught up with things like The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou and The Royal Tenenbaums, which I had never seen before. And I immediately fell in love with this movie. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but I think that it's really, really strong for an early film. And I just really enjoyed it. So I wanted to get your opinion on it, and that's why I brought it up for Movie Club.
Is that why you picked it?
Yeah, it turns out I picked it because I wanted to watch it with you. But I'm curious to think, though, this was your first time watching it, I'm guessing?
Yes, this was the first time watching it, but I have known of the Royal Tenenbaums just because I kind of went through Anderson's filmography after I think I watched Asteroid City or something like that. One of his newer ones, and so I wanted to see what else he had, and I knew he had Mr. Fox, but I did not know about this one. I just saw it while I was glazing through everything. So
yeah, 100%. But let's go ahead and dig into this movie a little bit. Let's talk about what works and what doesn't. But what were your overall thoughts, though, coming out of it?
My overall thoughts is this is a family movie with real family drama, and the comedy. I don't know if it's just dry comedy for me, but it doesn't. It says comedy drama on here. That's why I'm trying to put. I would label this as a drama comedy instead.
Or dramedy, yeah.
The other way. I was very, very worried actually about Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson in this movie, because I've only seen them in like funny stuff and other comedy roles, but I really enjoyed them in this movie. I thought they showed a different aspect of them while acting, because maybe it's because of Wes Anderson's kind of motif of being not so emotional, but they are emotional, because I remember I watched Asteroid City, and then this is my second Wes Anderson movie, I believe. I think I've watched
I think you've seen Grand Budapest Hotel as well, I think, right?
Yes, never mind. So I've seen a lot more than I thought, but I really like how they they're not funny in this movie. They take it very seriously, and their characters are every single character I feel like is very well written, and I love how you get to know each and every character, even if you didn't want to know what it is, pretty much. Like when Gwyneth Powell's character and is it Luke Wilson or Luke Wilson's character sleep in the museum for 4 days or something, or like 4 weeks, and they show that and you're like, why did I need to know that? But then it creates something else along the lines and later in the movie, which is everything that gets told in this story kind of has a fruition at the end of it, which is really cool. But there's just some shenanigans that I was like, what the hell? Like, what were you thinking in this type of situation?
Yeah, I totally get. Yeah, it's like there's things in the moment where you're like, why does that matter? And then it comes up later, and it's important. And like you said, it lends to the incredible writing of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the Academy saw fit to recognize it, and I highly agree with them. I think it is one of his best screenplays. And it's interesting because there are definitely hints of his style here. Like you said, there are some wooden performances.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Gwyneth Paltrow in this movie. I think she's a little too emotionless.
Yeah.
I get why, but it's just like you could at least get a little upset every once in a while. Maybe I don't know. She doesn't really get happy, but like,
Well,
you know,
even she doesn't get upset when Luke's character almost KYS's himself, and she shows no emotion when he comes back after he gets out of the hospital. Very very little, I would say. Like that's the first time she kind of like lays her head on his chest or shoulder and stuff like that and closes her eyes, but she's not crying in that moment. Like that would be a perfect way to kind of release all of her tension that she has added up throughout the entire years of being a Tenenbaum, pretty much. And I would have been okay with that.
yeah, and but like there's just a little too much woodenness for me. Like, but on the
Yeah.
opposite, you get someone like Owen Wilson, who's hysterical in this movie. I love his character, who is so desperate to be part of this family, but does not realize how dysfunctional it actually
Yeah.
is,
Uh-huh.
which is great. Luke Wilson's character is probably my favorite in this movie, just as someone who has struggled with similar thoughts as what he has in this movie. Which I mean, obviously the character does go through some like a suicide attempt and all that. Which that scene of him in the bathroom is one of my favorite moments from any movie.
And the thing is too, when he was doing it, he says, "I'll kill myself tomorrow," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's tomorrow. It's he's gonna do it tomorrow," and then he does it right there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's not even tomorrow!" Like it took me really off guard, but that's what he was feeling in that moment. So
Yep.
I understand, and the shock of that moment too. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like
Mm-hmm.
he was ready to do it, and I'm glad the son of what's it called? Who's the son? Who's that guy's son? Freaking the nerdy ass guy, Dudley. Dudley
Oh,
finds him in the bathroom because, I mean, he gets. I don't want to say a second chance at life, but it basically is because he
mhm.
took his first one away. If that makes sense.
If anything, he got rid of the old self
Mm-hmm.
to kind of become a new one. Which there is some definite um, imagery there, which is nice as well. So. Also, I got to throw a shout out in this movie for Gene Hackman. I mean, he unfortunately passed away within the year, but he's great as Royal Tenenbaum.
He is such a dick.
Yeah,
But that's his character though, and
yeah,
he plays it so well. He's like, "Yes, I'm dying of cancer," and then Danny Glover's character goes, "Is that a Tic Tac?" And it's so funny when that happens because it's like, "Oh my gosh, he was fake." Like I knew he was faking it the entire time. Like
yeah.
in the back of my mind, you're like, "Yeah, he's faking it." But then when that realization of the Tic Tac, you're like, "Mother damn it." And the only reason why he faked his, well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons is because he's broken, has nowhere to go. That's like a horrible reason to fake your death just to get a place to stay. But he would, that his character would do that though, so it makes total sense. um another another thing, another actor that I really was impressing was Bill Murray in here. He was a
Yeah.
little bit too like Gwyneth Paltrow's character, a little bit too stale. I feel like he didn't show any emotions when Gwyneth's character leaves him and stuff. He's just like, "Where are you going? What time are you going to be back?" It's like you should be more worried about that, I would say. But another person that I really enjoyed was Danny and Angelica in this movie, as well as the mom and
Oh
basically the
yes.
soon to be husband of her.
Yeah.
Their chemistry was really cool to see
Mhm.
on screen. And Angelica being the actual mom in this family that actually, I don't want to say that Jean's character didn't care about his family, but she cared a lot more than Jean did, I feel like. And she comes out always being kid first, pretty much, is what do they want to do. When in the earlier times, it was you have to be very book smart and do school and stuff like that. So, but I really enjoyed her performance in this movie as well.
Yeah, 100%. All the performances are good. Like Gwen
Yeah.
Costner was the only one that I'm a little iffy on. I think that like Bill Murray is a little bit more wooden as well, but I think like that fits for his type of character.
Yeah.
And I think that it was fine, especially watching Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou afterward, where he's allowed to be a little bit more eccentric, kind of helps a little bit.
Like quirky.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's a good way of saying it. But yeah, all around the performances are great. And I also I really like the themes of this movie. I mean, we already talked about self-harm with Luke's character, but we also have there's grief. They're getting together to, try and celebrate Gene Hackman's character before he dies, and then of course he dies. But then also unrequited love, right? There's the relationship between Gwyneth Paltrow and Luke Wilson that ends up forming, which is fine. They're not actually siblings; they're adopted, so it's or he's adopted, so it's totally fine. But there's also the need to rebuild the bridges that have been burned.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gene Hackman is a dick, but he's a dick for a decent reason. He's trying to reconnect with his family.
Yeah, it's not like he's a dick just to be a dick, but he's like, I don't have that much time to live. How can I rejoin this family and get it back to what it used to be? And I totally understood what he was trying to do. He just does it in a wrong way. But when I was watching this movie, how would you do it in a right way? Like how I couldn't put 2 and 2 together to be like, well, you could have done it this way, but it just doesn't work that way. So yeah, and then Ben Stiller's character, I feel like had the most emotion out of everybody in this movie, and I was very surprised about how much leeway of that emotion, especially with a Wes Anderson film, that he got, because I kind of saw it coming when he was the one that always was in the background and didn't want to have to do anything with the family or anything like that. And then at the very end, he's the one that saw his dad pass away. Spoiler alert, I think we already said it, but that pass away in the back of the ambulance. And I thought that was really good because it was earned, I feel like, because his dad made that bridge again from him because of them being together, pretty much. So wanted to talk about I don't know if you call this cinematography, but I love the chapters in this movie.
Yeah.
And I noticed during the third or fourth chapter, if you read the first line of the chapter, it's exactly what happens when they put it on camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And I thought that
really cool.
it's genius, because I was like, wait, I just read that and it happens. It's like, oh, it's literally like him reading a play, like Gwyneth Paltrow's character does, because she writes plays, and you get to see it a little bit before it actually happens, which is really cool. It's just the little details I really enjoyed in this.
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about, where it feels like modern Anderson a little bit. Like it has those touchstone elements. It has the chapters and the quirkiness to it, but I think it's much more scaled back.
Yeah,
and I think the word you're going for is not so much cinematography, but tone, and also just the visual aesthetic, right?
Yeah,
it's very storybook, but in a real level. I don't think I've ever seen a fire engine in a in a Wes Anderson movie like that, at least, right? But it's honestly, it doesn't feel like it takes place in another world, which I think that most of it, Grand Budapest Hotel, is definitely not in reality. Neither is Phoenician Scheme or Asteroid City, right? They feel like alternate realities, whereas this feels like it could actually be happening just with the pastel filter over it.
Yeah,
and I'm totally fine with that. And I think that looks great. And I think I actually really enjoy that about the movie, is that it feels more grounded, it feels more real. And I'm interested in watching a lot more of his early stuff, because before it goes to a more unrealistic, like Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou definitely feels a little more fantasy, but not a lot. It's
Just a,
I don't know. We might have
it's
to cover Steve Zissou coming up because that one is a lot of fun to do.
gotcha. Yeah, maybe we will. I haven't seen it, so
All right, so this was my pick this week, so I'll go ahead and go first here. I think this is my second favorite of Wes Anderson's films. I really like this movie. For me, nothing is ever going to top Grand Budapest Hotel, at least right now. But I think this movie is really close. It's full of second chances, laughs, but some good drama as well with a family story. It's actually a story like I like to joke around that I have a black heart and it's hard to make me feel something. This movie does warm my heart a little bit. Like it's got a positive ending no matter what happens. Like every character goes through their tribulations and come out of it better. I think it's great. And Mr. Hackman, rest in peace. We're totally going to miss you. This movie was so much fun. I give it a 91 out of 100, and that is equivalent to a 4.5 stars out of 5.
gotcha. Nice. Yeah. So, first time watching Royal Tenenbaums, I really enjoyed it. I have liked Wes Anderson's newer movies a little bit, but his older movies are I think a lot better written with better characters and a lot better emotions going through these characters' minds and how they persuade them. But I really enjoyed how Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, Angelica, and Jean, and also Luke in this movie. Well, I'll just name all of them, I guess.
Yeah, just throw everyone on there.
Yeah, they were fantastic in this movie. I really enjoyed every single character that they did, and their backstory wasn't too long of a backstory. It was just a perfect amount that made you want to know even more about the person. I really loved the little details of like the narration and the book chapters, reading the first line and then it actually happening. I think that's ingenious. But I gave this movie a 90 out of 100, which equates to 4.5 stars out of 5. I can't wait to watch more of his films like this, though.
Well, there you go. We were both really close on that one. So, question now falls to you, though. What do you think of Royal Tenenbaums? I'd love to hear down in the comment section down below. Remember, just to be respectful of one another, because decency is missing in the world a lot these days. Just be nice. It's not that hard. But next week, we're going to be covering the sci-fi adventure film Super 8, which I haven't seen for a while, so I'll be very happy to watch that again. Make sure to watch it before next week, though, so you're not spoiled. But that's going to be it. Of course, we have our live stream that goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, of course, this video goes live every single Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen.